Welcome to the lounge in the Forex section here, and looking at the US dollar, and from subgroup 2 area here, the 61.8 retracement level, we can expect support, and it's quite normal to see a retest of the 80 through here. In Elliott terms, the retest shouldn't really get to the 80 here. It should make an attempt to the 79.90 sort of area, and then roll over here. This particular structure that's unlabeled here is still got further to move to the downside, which leaves the this market is oversold at this point, but the momentum is still pointing to the downside. So the euro has still got space to the upside as well. So as you know, from the low down here at 135, we'd been counting the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here for wave 1, wave 2, and looking for wave 3 up here. And so far we can count this as 1 and 2 here, and then the third wave here will have 5 waves in it, which will be basically the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5 to here for that, and then wave 4 here, and then wave 5 up through to here. Then wave 4 here will pull back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. So we could see this 136, 65, 72, and the 80 here developing as supports while this market sorts itself out through here. So yeah, look, up through to here, roughly back down to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree through here. So this wave 4 can pull back to the wave 4 here. So any new long positions that you may get here will get retested over here once we make a new high through to here. So yeah, the pattern will be basically something up to here, back to here again, the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, and move up into group 1 area through here, and then an A and a B and a C coming back down to here again, and then we'll see a move further up into this area through here. So it's just a matter of sort of understanding that and accommodating that particular price action. We're long, but we'll just keep our stops out of the way at 136.46 area through here, and hope to get higher up into this area through here. This is essentially a retest of 138. It's the minor level there, but the 137.72 here will be a real cruncher, and our aim really is to just count the 5 waves up here until it's finished and then exit from that point. But we need to be a little bit mindful. These markets they are following the S&P 500 a bit as well, so we'll start to look at all these markets and tie them in together a bit. The Australian market, all going according to sort of plan here. The idea is to be building into the trade. Once again, I won't go into the bigger picture, but you know that we've been in wave 3 here, and we've been working through to wave 4 here. And we're looking for 5 waves to the upside, and we've got 1, we've got 2, the third wave's not finished, a little bit like the euro just then, and we'll look for wave 4 across the 95 area through here, and then wave 5 up here, a little bit higher through here, depending the extension in wave 3 here. Will determine what the target for wave 5 will be through here. But at this stage here, we can look at this roughly being the 1 and the 2 here, 3, 4, 5 up to here, wave 4 pulling back into this area here. And this length here should be much the same as this length here, given or take what headlines have been being the catalyst for driving it higher. But look, we'll just stay long and just check out the stops in the text. That's where I place them, and the entries and so forth. Okay, so the Euro Australian, just on the daily chart here, we were looking at this being a little wave 4 correction through here, and completing and moving down through here. So it has triggered our short positions. It is possible to get down to the 140 area through here, but it's not going to be easy. Once the 142, this is all the group 1 here, 141, 142, and 143. If 142 becomes the retested resistance, then we'll know we'll be down at 140 and even lower as well. The other point here is that we need to keep an eye on the euro count and the Australian dollar count as well. However, if you're looking for a short-term target, then the 143 would suffice in that particular case here. So let's just drill in here a little bit, and this is what we're looking for here from this wave 4 here. We're looking down at wave 1, 2, and looking at wave 3 coming in, 4 and 5 coming through here. So we're in the third wave here. If we close in and have a closer look at this here. Yesterday we were looking at, well, we had this labeled here as an A and a B and a C here, as you know, and then we're looking at this as down for 1 here, and looking at this as in 3 waves here for wave 2 here. And as long as that high there held in place here, then we could leave wave 2 here, and it has rolled over from that point there, which is triggering short trades at 144.72 and 144.50 area through here. So we should see this build down. If this is wave 1 here, wave 2, we can see wave 3, 4 and 5, something like this here. So yeah, look, and just leave that with you if you're short there. Expect consolidation and even a bounce at the 144 here, of course. Once the 144 becomes the resistance, then we should see a drop down here, but of course the old lows here. So it's going to be more retesting of that 144 there. So it can take a little while to get through that 144, as you know, like a sort of a little ABC like this, and then another bounce here, and then a retest back up through here, and maybe even another one in here, and so forth. So it's a time-consuming event. Onto the yen crosses, and just having a look at the US yen here. The retracement level back up here is come up to the 101.58 where it's supposed to be. So pretty much any movement above that, and there would be some type of low in here. So at this stage, just considering this being a wave 4 here and a wave 5 down here. So if it finds support on 101.60, then you know that there's a change in trend and something else is happening. But while it can't find support, tested support on 60, then the trend is still to the downside as such here. So not sure if you're holding or if you're taking the profit at the target, which was 101.30, but there is scope for further downside. It's just that you need to allow this rally to finish this A, B and C rally here. But like I mentioned, a nice solid support on 60, you would need to exit at that point. Okay, so the pound yen, just on the weekly here. Look, I'm not sure if all of this count here is right, but if it is, then we'll be looking up to the 180 and possibly higher as well. So we've got long positions in here now. If you want to get to the 180, that's fine. Obviously, you need to keep the stops sort of way out of the way, and we can talk about that as it goes on. However, this top here at the 174.80 area is kind of something that we can look to as a target area here for the short term, and that would bring in this particular count here. So this high here would be looking at this particular move from here being 5 waves here, the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4 and the 5, and there'll be 5 waves in this little section here as well. So getting anywhere close up into the 174.80 area, close to the old high here, would be fine, because once we get to the old high here, we'd have to look at an A and a B and a C wave here as well before further upside. Well, I'm assuming that because of the 5 wave structure here. Don't worry about the counts that I've got here so far. There's a variety of those, but the main point is, as long as this market stays above 172, then it's going to be moving higher towards the 180. Okay, just drilling into that a little bit further. The wave count I've got here so far for this, it just appears that it's all of wave 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here, 1, 2. So it looks like it's wave 1 to here and to wave 2 to here. It's a little bit odd, but it's just the way it counts. And this is like the 3rd wave here. So the 4th wave could be quite sort of, the 5th wave here could be quite sort of short because the third wave is the shortest here. But if this may still be extending to the upside, so I just need to be a little bit careful. But if you're long above the 173.30 sort of area here, then I think we can quite comfortably look at 174.50 area through here. But there can be a correction here first. So taking money off the table now, it's not such a bad idea if you're a short-term trader, and we can look for support back on 174 a little bit later. The euro yen is much the same as the pound yen, but obviously in this case, this market is weaker. It's weaker in terms of pattern, and that would be that this area through here is lower than this here, where the pound yen is, in terms of looking at this pattern here, is sort of way up here facing these old highs here. So it's quite a difference. But, you know, markets do catch up with one another, and we are seeing the euro US dollar move up quite nicely now. So, you know, the question is here, I think we've got a possible low in place here, but I wouldn't feel comfortable with that until we're onto the 140. But we have put long positions in here, and they will just be higher risks. So this is just the daily chart looking at this sort of 5-wave structure down here and been calling this low in here, and just waiting for the evidence. It appears that we've got 5 waves here in this move here, then a correction here, so we should get another 5 over here. But beyond that, we can't count beyond that. That's the sticky point with the Elliott. So because we've got 5 here, we can get another 5 over here that are not finished yet. They can move up further, and but as far as we can go as such. So yeah, we'd need to see it break out. If it's going to be a third wave, we would need to see it break out of this trend channel, you know, quite strongly. That's a good indication. So this trend channel here, we would need to see a sort of a, you know, a strong sort of move coming. We are getting that strong move here. You know, that's pretty strong. So, you know, if we can get that clean break through that channel line, then we can really look at this being, you know, a wave 3 and moving higher through here. As it stands at the moment, we can just basically, if it's going to be corrective, we'd be looking at this as an one, two, 3, 4, 5 to here, and then failing from that point and moving down lower here. So that's the risk. We've got to get past this 3-wave rally here. And unfortunately, they both got the same count. But it is, if it does break that channel out of that channel there, then that's the indication that we've got the 3rd wave here. And that's important because, you know, in the bigger picture there, you know, once we get above 140 where the real trade starts, then, you know, we've got a really good positive trade to the longer term trade to the upside. All we're doing here is just trying to maybe get a few positions in here, but the risk is higher for that. But anyway, we'll see how we go. Right, okay, well that's it. Thanks for tuning in, and see you tomorrow.